I was introduced to the Seven Habits by His Holiness Sridhar Maharaj. This would have been early 90s. I think I'd just become the TP at Soho Street. And Maharaj was really driving a focus on excellence, particularly on the visitor experience to an ISKCON temple. And this was the medium that he thought was particularly useful, a book by Stephen Covey called The Seven Habits of Highly Effective People. And it was particularly helpful for me because I was already maxed out as a temple manager and just quickly realizing that not everyone would love you for being a temple manager. In fact, you spend most of the day just disappointing people that you can't deliver on their expectations. And so I found it personally useful. I'd been a TP for a few years previously at Belfast and started to think about the role of competence, just basic managerial competence in supporting a temple president to do their service. Whether it was just like how to run a meeting well, or how to listen to somebody, or how to manage your time. And so the Covey stuff became really interesting. I think one of the first interesting things was principles. So making decisions based on sound principles, not arbitrarily. I think there was a tendency that decisions would be untrusted by the devotee community because they didn't really know on what basis the decision had been made, whereas we figured if we could actually figure out what was the principle that applied, there'd be a certain degree of trustworthiness behind any decision that's made, and it would be more readily accepted. And so for several different reasons, these concepts really resonated and appealed. I think it was also being promoted at the time by Krishna Prabhu, who was the GPC for management. And he was trying to build a community of practice amongst temple leaders. And myself, a fellow devotee, Paramakaruna, Sridhar Maharaj, and Naveen Krishna Prabhu all went off to Florida and got certified within ISKCON to train the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And I think we started rolling out programs in '95. I think the first one was in the Prasada room of Bhaktivedanta Manor, and we had about 30 odd devotees come. Most of the national leaders came. I have to say it was, we were very fortunate because His Holiness Sri Swami sort of sponsored the event, personally came, personally attended, and that made it easy to get other people's buy-in. I think there was a bit of controversy because even though you could say it's just yukta vairagya, it's utilizing